shocking revelation about the mysterious objects. You won't believe what's coming. The skies above us are no longer empty. What's been unfolding in our skies isn't just an accident. It's a sign, a warning, a divine warning, to be exact. What I'm about to share will shake you to your core. The Lord has been revealing things to me that are directly tied to these mysterious objects we've all been noticing, the drones. And time is running out, my precious children of God. This isn't just about technology or machines. It's about something much deeper. What the Lord has shown me about these drones, their spiritual significance, and what's to come will challenge everything you thought you knew. So stay tuned. You won't believe what's coming next. The revelation begins. In the quiet of the night, in the stillness of my prayers, the Lord has been stirring my spirit, revealing visions that connect directly to the mysterious events unfolding before us. These drones, they aren't just machines, they are a sign, a harbinger of something far greater that's approaching. The Lord spoke to me, guiding my understanding. These aren't mere surveillance tools, they have a deeper spiritual significance. We've all heard the words of Daniel, "But thou, O Daniel, unseal the book even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." And let me tell you, we are living in these prophesied times. The increase in knowledge. This increase in knowledge isn't just about human wisdom or scientific advancement. It's playing out right before our eyes in the form of these mechanical eyes in our skies. They're surveying us. They're watching our every move. The enemy is crafty. Technology has been used to create a false sense of security, all the while stirring up fear. We are seeing this now with drones in the air. These machines aren't just monitoring traffic or delivering packages. They are part of a much larger scheme, a scheme to condition God's people for what is to come. This isn't just about collecting data, it's about shaping our future. And while it may seem harmless now, the reality of this technological advancement is chilling. The Lord's warning, "But fear not, my beloved." The Lord hasn't revealed this to cause panic, but to prepare us. Remember the words from Revelation, "And power was given unto them to watch over every tribe and tongue and nation." These drones we see now, they're just the beginning, a shadow of the surveillance system that is being constructed in our world today. I must share with you something the Lord showed me in prayer. There are 3 waves coming, each one more intense than the last. The first wave is what we see today, seemingly innocent drones entering our daily lives. The second wave will be more invasive, more controlling. But it's the third wave that the Lord warns us about. These drones aren't just collecting data, they're collecting souls. The deception unfolds. These machines are a deception, making people feel secure, while at the same time eroding their privacy, their freedom, and ultimately their connection to God. The enemy knows his time is short and is using every available technology to advance his agenda. But here's the key truth the Lord wants us to remember. While these machines fill our skies, He remains sovereign. Psalm 91 reminds us, "He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler." No machine, no surveillance system, no technological advancement can separate us from the love of God. The enemy is trying to mimic God's omnipresence, but it's nothing more than a counterfeit. The battle is spiritual. As we face these developments in the physical realm, we must remain vigilant in the spiritual realm. Put on the full armor of God, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, and rulers of darkness. The Lord revealed that many of His children are distracted by the physical presence of these drones, missing the greater spiritual implications. Do not fear what these machines can do. Instead, focus on what God is doing in this season. Remember Isaiah 54:17, "No weapon formed against thee shall prosper." This includes all technological weapons and systems. God's protection remains unchanged, unshaken by the advances of man. The awakening is coming. I see a great awakening coming, and this is where it gets even more interesting. The very devices the enemy is using to control us will become catalysts for revival. People will begin to question, seek truth, and look beyond the physical world around them. And in that seeking, they will find Jesus. But hear this warning. Do not be deceived by the false sense of security these drones provide. The enemy will use them to offer protection, to promise safety, to ensure order. But remember the words in 1 Thessalonians, "For when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them." The golden image. These drones are like the golden image in the book of Daniel. They represent man's attempt to be like God, to see all, to know all, to control all. Just as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to bow to the image, we too must refuse to trust in these mechanical watchers. They are a symbol of submission, a tool to make us comfortable with being watched, with being controlled. God's protection is our security. But my beloved, take heart. God's people are rising up. A remnant will not bow to this system of control. We must understand that our privacy comes from God, our security comes from heaven, and our protection comes from the blood of Jesus, not from mechanical guardians. The Lord showed me that these drones are like the frogs in the book of Exodus. They're everywhere, filling our skies, our cities, our neighborhoods. But just like those frogs, they are a sign of judgment on a world that has rejected God's authority. However, there's hope. In every trial, God provides a way out. In every dark season, He raises up a light. The time to rise up. It's time to rise up, my children. While these drones may fill our skies, they cannot block our view of heaven. They may watch our movements, but they cannot monitor our prayers. The Lord is calling His people to a new level of spiritual discernment. We must see beyond the physical presence of these drones and understand their spiritual significance. These drones are not just surveillance tools, they are symbols of an intensifying spiritual battle. But take comfort. We have the power of the Most High God dwelling within us. No technology can separate us from His love. No surveillance can break our connection with heaven. Many of you may feel paralyzed by fear as you watch these developments unfold. But fear is not from God. He has given us power, love, and a sound mind. Use that sound mind to discern the times. Use that love to reach others. Stand strong in your faith. Remember, nothing takes God by surprise. He knew about these drones before they even existed. He saw this day coming before the foundations of the earth were laid, and He has already prepared His people for such a time as this. If this message has stirred your spirit, if you feel the urgency of these times, I urge you to take action. Subscribe to this channel to stay connected to these prophetic warnings and divine encouragements. Share this message with others who need to understand the times we're living in. The Lord is gathering His people, preparing them for what's ahead. Don't let fear of what you see in the skies prevent you from being part of what God is doing in these last days.